Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope all of you are having a fantastic day. Today, I have an interesting battle for y'all. It's a battle of two savage monsters. Two absolute chads. We have Sabertooth from Marvel Comics taking on Killer Croc from DC Comics. And just information, I'll be using baseline Killer Croc and Sabertooth. Like, I'll be using mostly Killer Croc from Rebirth and New 52 because I feel like that's his best forms. Like, his best iterations is from Rebirth and New 52. With that out of the way, let's begin. Strength. Sabertooth can casually rip through metal, crumple steel with his bare hands with no effort. He can punch other superhumans hard enough to shatter large rocks. He can consistently brawl with Wolverine tier characters. We've seen him rip off pieces of cars. He can crumple massive trees with his strikes. And we've seen him Sabertooth rock Sasquatch with a single strike. And Sasquatch can brawl with some versions of Hulk. Speed. Sabertooth is extremely fast and agile. He can easily react to and dodge bullets, lightning, and laser attacks. He's consistently able to keep up with Wolverine, mash him, and Wolverine can keep up with Spider-Man. Durability. Sabertooth can power through gunshots, stabs, impalements, organ destruction, severe blunt force trauma. Him and Wolverine can go night and day, literally just ripping each other apart, and Sabertooth does it just for the fun of it. He even has his adamantium laced skeleton, which is a massive amp to his already impressive durability. Sabertooth once had his arm chopped off, and literally just put it back on casually with no difficulty at all, showing that he basically ignores pain and injury. Intelligence. Sabertooth is a bloodthirsty killer who normally only relies on his ferocity to win fights. He's no strategist or tactician and can be outsmarted by more cunning characters, though you shouldn't sleep on him in this category. Skill. It's actually explained that Sabertooth may lack the skill of Wolverine, but he makes up for it with his sheer savageness and ferocity. Hexing gear. Sabertooth is a mutant and a project of Weapon X. He has his adamantium-laced skeleton. He has adamantium-laced claws, which basically ignore and can bypass durability. And he also has enhanced senses on par with that of Wolverine. Now on to Killer Croc. Strength. Killer Croc can casually rip through metal. He can destroy cars, smash through buildings, consistently throw hands with Bane. According to Batman, he's strong enough to lift up a school bus. We've seen Killer Croc temporarily throw down with the likes of King Shark. He's even drawn blood from Aquaman with a bite. Speed. Killer Croc can keep up with the likes of Batman and Bane, and keep up with King Shark and Aquaman while underwater. So he's a very fast swimmer and absolutely lethal underwater. Durability. Croc has shrugged off hits from Batman, and it usually takes Batman to use explosives. Sorry, I can't even talk. Explosives, um, or other means for Batman to put him down. Croc has had a building collapse on him and come out completely unharmed. He's battled Bane numerous occasions and has actually survived being thrown off of a skyscraper. Croc has body armor, which is bulletproof. It's very durable to stabs and blunt force trauma. He's brawled with King Shark and held his own. He took a full force strike from Aquaman, though he was pretty much one-shotted. He also has a very good healing factor, capable of regenerating tissue, muscles, and organs such as his eyes and both of his hands after he chewed them off. And he did this in a pretty short amount of time. Intelligence. Croc is a bloodthirsty killer, not a strategy tactician, relies on his savageness and physicality to win fights. And he can be outsmarted, but shouldn't be slept on, just like Sabertooth. Skill, he's a pure brawler, though he has experience as a wrestler and straight fighter. And he's just a pure brawler. Action gear. Due to his genetic mutation, Croc has razor-sharp teeth and claws, body armor, healing factor, and enhanced senses. Deep in the sewers of Gotham, Croc is seen ripping apart several thugs as they desperately try to run away, until only one is left. Please, I have a family, have mercy. The man begs as he drops to his knees. That's not my problem. Your dinner. Croc says as he approaches the man. A blur of teeth and claws lunges and rips out the man's throat before he can even scream. It's been way too long since I've spilled blood, says Sabertooth as he smirks at Croc. You're mine now. Backflipping away, Sabertooth uses the wall behind him to lunge at Croc, drop kicking him in the chest, sending him crashing through the brick wall. Sabertooth blitzes again and slashes Croc several times across the chest with his claws. Croc grabs Sabertooth by the arm and slams him to the ground hard enough to crater it. Croc then bites down deep into one of his shoulders and flings him into a surrounding concrete pillar. Sabertooth jumps onto Croc's back and viciously slashes him repeatedly on the back. Croc snatches Sabertooth and rips him across the stomach. Sabertooth then bites off several of Croc's fingers and is then kicked through several walls. Croc jumps into the water to go after his enemy. Gaining to his feet, Sabertooth looks around for his enemy, sniffing the air. He then turns around as Croc bursts from the water, and Sabertooth slashes Croc across the face, taking off one of his eyes. Croc retaliates by biting Sabertooth on the hand and ripping all the flesh away, all the way down to the bone. Suddenly, the ceiling begins to give way, but both combatants are completely unalarmed as they are at each other's throats. The rebel clears. Both are heavily injured, but keep fighting. Croc throws Sabertooth into a car as they take to the streets. Croc grabs the side of the bus and slams it against Sabertooth, sending him flying into a convenience store. Croc charges again. This time Sabertooth jumps onto him, plunging his claws deep into his chest and pulling his still beating heart out. He then makes him fall to the ground and shreds Croc's chest until he reaches the spine and then brutally snaps it. Alright, so strength-wise, who do I think is stronger and the more capable brawler? Well, I think this is actually pretty close, really, but I do think Croc should be stronger physically than Sabertooth is. So that should give Croc an advantage there. Speed, Sabertooth should take this one pretty easily. He's just way more agile and fast to me. Durability, pretty close. In terms of who I think can take more of a beating, I think you could argue that either way. But the healing factor definitely goes to Sabertooth. So overall, Sabertooth should take durability. Intelligence and skill, not going to be a factor here. They're just going to throw hands. Axe and gear, who has better weaponry? Sabertooth has this edge due to his adamantium skeleton and claws, which bypass durability. So this fight is, I see this fight getting dragged out. It's just a pretty much like a brawl, and I trust Sabertooth in a dragged out fight over Croc and see him winning mid to high difficulty. Victor, Sabertooth. Anyways, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed that one. This was a fun matchup for me, and I will see y'all later. Peace.